In this lesson, I want to talk about how to create color harmony in your painting. We're going to be using an analogous color scheme, taking colors from the color wheel, a certain set of them, and mix the colors we need for the painting. And again, the purpose of this is twofold. One is to become more familiar with what you can mix with the colors on your palette, and also to get away from the photographic color, which can really kill your painting. This is the photograph we're going to use, and what I like about the photograph is the subject and the lighting. So the values, where the sun is, the creation of dark and light, and warm and cool. What I don't like about it is the color. It's all green. It's in the summer, which isn't necessarily bad. I mean, there's a lot of variety of green, but the photographic green is way too garish, too yellow in the lights, and the darks all tend to be the same, kind of a oversaturated green in both the light and the dark. So I'm going to come up with colors that make this work. I think the values work real well, and also as the colors recede, they get more muted and cooler in the distance. But I really like the play of the foliage and the branches, the trees, the house, nice lighting. So there's a lot there to work with. I just want to come up with a color scheme that makes it work better. Now this is my color wheel, and this is one I make myself. You can buy them. Any art store is going to carry them. You can print one off the internet. They have a bunch of them. Probably the ones on the internet, they go through a printing process to create the colors on the color wheel, and they aren't very good. I mean, it gives you the basic idea, it gives you the order of the colors. You can decide from there. These are mixed with the colors on the palette. It's the cad red light, cad yellow light, ultramarine blue, and I mix all these colors with those three. Except for the violet. The violet I mix with blue and alizarin, so I get a cleaner violet. But otherwise, the oranges come from cad red and cad yellow light. The greens come from blue and cad yellow light. And then the violets come from alizarin and ultramarine blue. This down here is just adding the complement to get a gray kind of in the middle. It's not really pertinent to what we're doing here, but it's more of a gray scale within the color wheel. But an analogous color scheme is more harmonious, more peaceful. It's colors that come from one side of the color wheel. Or actually one quarter. One side is too big. And it's also a group of colors next to each other that have the same color in them. So I could do like reds, red violet, red orange. And technically orange has red in it too, so I could include the orange. By the time I get to yellow orange, I'm moving away from the reds, more towards the yellow, but there is a little bit of red in that. But usually 3 to 4 colors is considered an analogous color scheme. It means colors that are next to each other. Another one would be blue, so I could have violet, and blue. Maybe blue-green or red-violet. But again, I'm moving out of the blues with those two. So these three are my more harmonious colors. You can get 4 or 5, but by the time you get to 4, you're moving away from it. It still can stay harmonious, but not quite as much. And that's not bad, necessarily. But for the exercise, let's stick with a more harmonious color scheme. And another one would be, with the blues, I could go blue-violet, blue, blue-green. Or with the yellows, I can go yellow, yellow-green, green, and so on. Now, when I pick the 3 colors, say I'm going to pick 4. Say red-violet, red, red-orange, and orange. And I'm going to have the darkest color I can get with these, straight orange, straight red orange, straight red violet, and then I'm going to mix about 3 values lighter for each color. So I have a string of darkest to lightest for each of the 4 colors. It just gives you more mixability right away without stopping and lightening the color to get, to start mixing it. It really speeds things up. Even on your regular palette, there's artists that will mix up a lighter version of everything they squeeze out on their palette. So they'll have a color straight from the tube, and then they'll have it cut in half with white. So they have two piles of each color, one straight from the tube and the other lighter. So that's our analogous color scheme. It creates more of a peaceful, quiet, harmonious color scheme, like sunsets. They all have, anywhere from this range to this range of colors. Early morning, maybe more in this range. All the colors are a bit more harmonious. Now, along with the three colors, or four, I'm going to have one complementary color. So I'm going to have these four colors, and then in the middle, directly across from it, is going to be blue-green. I could use green or blue, but blue-green's a little more of the complement to all four, or in the middle of all four. And I will use that to create grayer versions of this, also to get slightly cooler. The blue-green will cool these down just a little bit. But these colors will predominate. And I won't use any other colors. I'll just stick with that. And again, the more colors you add to that analogous color scheme, just gradually get away from quite the color harmony that you get if you just stick with three or four of them. But be careful with the complement. So if I have the blue violet, violet, red violet, the complement's going to be yellow. Or if I have the blue, blue violet, violet, red violet, if I have four, then the complement could be yellow orange, kind of in the middle of the two. But I can overdo that and make the colors too warm. In this case, the color harmony is very cool. So the overall feel of the landscape is going to be very cool. I don't want to get it too warm. Now I can still have bright sunlit areas. They're going to be a bit warmer than the shadows, but it's still going to be somewhat cool. Everything's going to be cooled down. Just like you'll see with the painting I do with these colors, everything's going to be warm. Even the shadows are somewhat warm. They're not as warm as the sunlight, but they are warm. So you get an overall warm feeling with those four colors. So again, that complementary color, careful with that. It's just to mute some of the colors so you don't have just straight colors from the tube. You want to be able to modify the colors, gray them down a little bit. And these are always practice. Don't spend too much time trying to make a good painting out of it. You're just trying to spend time mixing the colors to see how they work with each other. Now I did a quick color study with the analogous color scheme of the red, violet, or reds and oranges. And I did it small and very quick. I think I spent about 40 minutes, which is too long. Usually about 20 minutes is all you want. So I'm not worried about the drawing, although this one I carried out a little bit further because I started to like it, and then you get caught up in the detail and the finished look, and usually that ruins it. It doesn't become a study anymore, and trying to create something out of it as a finished study or sketch. You can see the red, violet, red, oranges, yellow, orange, and then the influence of the blue-green. Some of it's straight blue-green, which does kill the harmony a little bit. It almost becomes more of a complementary when I introduce too much green. And the complement would be red and green. That's another color scheme, a complementary scheme of two complementary colors. It creates a real strong, kind of a jarring picture. But I think I still have predominantly, mostly the reds and oranges that holds together as an analogous color scheme. Again, looks totally different than the photograph. Again, I like the values and the sunlight in the photograph. I just did not like the color. I thought in terms of this area being more red-violet, even though there's some reds and oranges in it. This being more red-orange to orange, and down here being more yellow-orange with a lot of green in it, and yellow-orange down here in the grass. And even the tree, which is usually dark and cool in the shadow, it's a red-violet with a little bit of blue-green. So the red-violet and the blue-green are my darkest colors. And again, I want to keep it kind of warm in the sense that I want the whole color scheme to be somewhat warm. But it's still a lot cooler than some of these other oranges and reds. But there's a lot of red-violet in there, which is, again, cool, but not as cool as the blue-green. I did get away from the color scheme and the roof. The roof became very bluish green. There's some red violet in it, so it does keep it in the harmony a little bit. Then I used a little more lighter blue green in the distance because I wanted some depth. It didn't have much depth in it in the photograph. So this is a white and blue green with a little bit of the orange in it, just enough to pull it back to the color scheme, but yet There's enough blue-green that keeps it cool and pushes it back in the distance. And I did mix up some blue and alizarin and got more of a blue-violet and scrubbed into the house. Because again, I wanted it cooler, but I really needed to cool down that shadow. So I sacrificed the harmony a little bit in those three areas. But I think overall it still holds together as a real harmonious color. Now when I'm mixing up the palette, this is my red-violet. Now I could use alizarin. Alizarin crimson is red-violet. I decided to go a little bit closer to violet, so I added some ultramarine blue to it. And then took a little bit of that pile, so you make a pretty big pile. Then took a little bit here and added some white to it. Another little bit from there and added a little more white. Actually with this one, I mixed this up and put a big blob of white here and just kind of pushed everything towards the middle and blended it. But a good way to do it, this is the red. Let's just cad red light. Or if I mixed it up, I'd mix it up, have a big pile of it, and then get some white and take a little bit of that red. And I want a slightly lighter, maybe a couple of different values lighter. That, and then I'll get more white and just get the edge and pull in a little bit of red. I want about 3 to 4 values. 4 is probably better. Almost to white. And I'll get more white. So I have a definite darkest, next, third, and then lightest. I don't want any straight white anywhere, so make sure when you're blending, you get everything blended up. And this is the red, orange, and then the, I'm sorry, this is the, red, orange, and then orange. I'll mix this up with orange and the red, orange, and yellow to get kind of an orange. And then I'll do the same thing, just get 3 or 4 values lighter for each one.